Welcome back for another episode. This is actually going to be my first viewer email episode. I've had a viewer email from Trevor Palin, who lives in Oklahoma, and he writes, I was wondering if, in an upcoming video, you could spend some time talking about your conception and thinking process of the antiphonal dimension in this composition or composition in general. It seems Corellion kind of opened the doors for us to really consider making greater use of space in a concert setting. First of all, I'd like to say, yes, Corelliano has certainly been the most recent and most high-profile use of spatial placement, but obviously this is a long, long tradition, certainly in the past 50 or 100 years, but it goes all the way back to Gabrieli, and who knows how long before that. My own thinking about the use of the antiphonal element, as you put it, spatial placement of players, is it adds an additional tool in my toolbox for formal demarcation. I like to use this as a very obvious visceral way when we have an arrival moment or a change in texture. The sound can spread around the audience. It's very obvious and very powerful, and I like those sorts of big levers to define moments, powerful moments in the piece. So for me, it's an additional texture, I guess. And that's how I used it in both the first movement. As you'll see, those surrounding instruments don't enter for a good chunk of the piece. And when they do, that's a very big moment. And that's on purpose. I save things like that for moments that I want to be arrival moments or to be powerful. In the second movement, as you saw in episode 1, I did the same thing. The sound progresses from on stage, eventually surrounding the audience and ending up off stage. So it very clearly plays a role in the formal design and opens up a new possibility for me for formal architecture, I guess. I plan to continue to use it that way. I'm toying with the idea of doing a small movement, which is only the antiphonal players, so no one on stage plays. I don't know. I'm not sure whether I'll do that or not, but it's one of the many potential ideas I'm playing with. I know that in the final movement, which I'm about to start writing, because the third movement I'm totally stuck on and I'm not getting anywhere, but in the final movement, I will finally harness the unified power of everyone around the audience, including those on stage, in very direct, simple, maybe even unison lines. And so all of this material will finally lock in, and you'll be just immersed in it. Very much in the same vein as those powerful moments in Circus Maximus. Again, I'm saving that for the final movement. So not only do I save things for specific moments within movements, but I know going on down the fifth movement, or whatever the last movement will be of this piece, that I will have one last big thing to pull out. That's the biggest way I think about it. Obviously there's more intricate use of call and response. You'll see that in the first movement. And who knows what other ways I'll discover as I play with this new possibility. But what I like most is that it opens up a new way for me to think about the music and gives me some new thing, some new inspirational jolt or motivation, and some new quality to play with and way to think about the wind ensemble. Thanks for writing, Trevor, and thank you all for watching. See you next time.